All right. Good morning. So much to get to. I've been gone with the family for a few days, man. We had an awesome time, and it just seems like the whole world's falling apart, when you turn your cell phone back on and get to civilization. So much to cover. There's might be a lot of stuff coming from me today, but right now I want to talk about specifically Mexican cartels and China and why they're such a big problem. So here's my understanding of what's going on. The four biggest drug trades in this country are marijuana, cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine. Those are the four biggest money makers in America. Now, despite the government's best efforts in the legalization of marijuana everywhere in America, our friends up in British Columbia growing all the marijuana they do, bringing it down here for years. I'm under the impression that almost half, or say the majority of marijuana, still comes from Mexico. That's my impression. I could be wrong, and I'm sure that's slowly changing. But here's where Mexico, I believe, does have a hold: methamphetamine, which I didn't even know that they were into, but apparently they are, and heroin, which now we're getting into fentanyl. So anyway, I want to be clear about my understanding. I'm pretty sure that fentanyl, for the longest time, has been produced in China, just like a lot of our other drugs. However, the Mexican cartels have learned how to make fentanyl, and it is my understanding that they send more fentanyl into this country than anybody else. They realized it's easier, I think, for them to make, but the potency is through the roof, right? So they mix a lot of fentanyl with the heroin and send it here to America. Why am I talking about this? Well, the Mexican cartels work hand in hand with the Mexican government. I mean, the cartel really is the government in Mexico. Let's look at their current president. His policy, when elected, was hugs, not guns, when it comes to the cartels. I think we can all figure out why. I think I'm kind of getting off on the wrong stuff here, so let me back up. China's a big problem for us and the rest of the world for many reasons. The international espionage, something that China's been doing for decades and very well. I could give you proof positive to this. TCL released a television in the American market, a Chinese company, released a display in this country, I don't know, 2016, 2017. It was called the TCL P series, and I believe the model I had was the P607, if I'm remembering correctly. But that TV was amazing, and it only cost like $500, something stupid cheap. As of that year, like 2016, 2017, whatever year that TV came out, it was one of the best displays on the market that year. It was only a 60 hertz refresh, or a 60 hertz panel. Having said that, still one of the best TVs out that year. And it was one of the cheapest. Why? They had the technology to put in that, right? Stolen technology. They were the first ones to release a QLED, or I'm sorry, a mini LED TV. Whose technology was that? That was Samsung's technology. They straight stole that shit. China been doing this for easily 2 decades and doing it very well. They steal secrets, plans, um, developments from companies, right? They break into these companies through the interwebs. They find some back doors and they steal all their plans, and then they use those plans to make all their own shit. Kind of like the 5G market. Kind of like China's trying to put 5G modules everywhere around the world. And they're being very successful doing it in multiple countries as well as their own. Well, what does that mean? Damn, China's going to control communication outright if we let them keep going. Controlling the 5G infrastructure, letting China have it, probably not a good idea. China is a big problem. But don't sleep on the Mexican cartels. The Mexican people don't have enough money to buy up all the drugs that they make. The Americans do. How much money does the Mexican cartel make? I don't know. Or cartels. I mean, obviously, there's more than one, but that's their economy. That's their GDP. Exporting illicit drugs is the fucking biggest GDP in Mexico. So for those of you or anybody out there that wants to tell me China is a huge problem when it comes to, say, drugs like fentanyl, I'm not buying that. It is still Mexico. It is still the Mexican cartels that are running this drug game here in America. Now, you want to talk over the counter, prescription medications, even, something made legit by Johnson & Johnson or whoever, whatever company, ibuprofen, Tylenol, whatever, all that shit's made in China, man. All of it. China's got such a hold on production. And that's what many people don't realize. That's why China is such a threat. Not only because of their espionage, the way they steal secrets, governmental as well as private sector secrets. That's huge. Their lockdown on production is huge. Just look at everything you got in your hand. I mean, where's it made? Everything in your house is made in effing China, except the fucking wood that it's built from. Other than that, man, I challenge you. Just go look at all the shit in your house and tell me where it's made. Made in China. So production's a huge problem. As well as the espionage. Huge problem. And we could go on and on about China. I think there's some things that people aren't talking about. Organ harvesting. I think that's a big thing in China. Human trafficking, organ harvesting, slave labor, all those things. Listen, China's got some stuff going on. But I want to separate China from illicit drugs here in America. That's my only point. If we want to find out who's pumping America full of fentanyl, cocaine, methamphetamine, and heroin, you don't have to look very far. That's it. That's all I want to say about that, because I got plenty more to come about a whole range of different things. Because, like I said, I was gone for a few days outside of the world, and now I'm back. Now I'm back with some more piss in my vinegar. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening. As always, be good, be safe. Boom.